Hello wild people, welcome to AK Wild One. Today we're going to talk with an older Continental Divide Trail backpacker just as he was about to complete the 3,000 mile trail and earn his Triple Crown. Thank you for joining me. The Continental Divide Trail stretches some 3,100 miles or so from Canada to Mexico through 5 states: Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, and New Mexico. It is the largest thru hike in the U.S. and the least traveled. What follows is an interview with Shaun, who I originally met on last year's thru hike on the Arizona Trail. Shaun has backpacked 14,000 miles and completed 12 thru hikes in just the past few years. I caught up with Shaun in Silver Springs, New Mexico as he neared completion of the CDT. I asked him to share some advice for older backpackers who are thinking about hiking the Continental Divide Trail.
I'm Shaun Lynch. I'm currently through hiking the Continental Divide Trail. I started June 17th up in Glacier, and I'm currently in Silver City, New Mexico. I'm heading southbound, so I have about 180 miles left, 160 miles left of the CDT. So for folks considering the Continental Divide Trail that are in their 50s or 60s, there's 2 pieces of advice that I would offer. One, pick which alternates you want to do that make the trail reasonable, keep the trail's length reasonable. If you go online, you'll see a lot of 20-something feedback from a lot of 20-somethings or 30-somethings that pick every alternate, and it turns out to be very, very long. You don't have to do that. Pick alternates that either enhance your logistics, like take you through town, or have a nice scenic alternative where you can go a little bit shorter. Yeah, the Anaconda cutoff in Montana is a really good one. What's the other one? There's several of them that lead you into towns, and they might be the old CDT. And they're just as scenic as the new CDT trails. The big scenic one that I took was the Gila River alternate, and that's absolutely amazing. And it does 2 things. One, it's an amazing trail section to hike, but it also cuts off a bunch of miles. Pretty much everybody that hikes the CDT ends up going to the Gila and not the Red Line. Many of the thru hikers that I've met that are older have sent their food supplies out via mail in some form or another, because it's really all the way from Canada to Mexico is one huge food desert. Fresh vegetables, fruit, anything like that, it's almost impossible to find except in the few larger cities that it goes by. So I ended up sending out resupply boxes. I prepared about 30 of them, maybe just a little bit less. That had a variety of food in it, plus the essential things like olive oil, hydration packets, things I knew would be very difficult to find in these small towns. I also rotated the types of food that I have so I wouldn't get bored with the food. Try to make it sustainable. And what I did was I used the large and mid-sized flat rate boxes, and then I also got an account through the U.S. Postal Service, and I prepared, where to send them as I went, even though I kind of knew where I was going to send them to, because Halfway Anywhere site gives you a list of, typical resupply points. Okay, so I started through hiking. I retired when I was 57, and my goal was to start to through hike these various trails. The CDT is my 12th through hike. I started off with the Appalachian Trail, doing that southbound in 2022. Then I did the Florida Trail, then the Ice Age Trail in Wisconsin, the Oregon Coast Trail, the Colorado Trail, the Pinhoti Trail, and the Benton-MacKaye with the Benton-MacKaye connector. Then the Te Awaroa in New Zealand, then the Potomac Heritage National Scenic Trail, the New England National Scenic Trail, then the PCT last year, then the Arizona Trail this spring, and now the CDT. It's pretty close to 14,000 miles in 3.5 years. Yeah. Hiking the CDT, a lot of the stuff out there is written by or from the perspective of 20 and 30-year-olds. So if you're an older hiker, trying to find information from older hikers is a little bit of a challenge. A lot of younger people emphasize the sport of hiking, which is longer miles, longer days, get through it as fast as you can, basically. Whereas if you're an older hiker, you maybe have other things you'd like to do. The snowstorm in the glacier was really interesting because you have to go over several passes, and that's kind of the first thing you get when you start the trail. The Pintler Range, I think it was in Montana. A lot of folks will do the Big Sky Alt and go around it, but that's actually there's some really nice surprises in there. Yellowstone, what can you say? Yellowstone is fantastic, particularly the parts that aren't overrun by a lot of tourists and don't have access to cars, like the southern part. You get to walk through and see the ruggedness of the caldera, and leading into it, you can see where the caldera had exploded in the past. So it's a wonderful country. Colorado is very nice, even the alternates. A lot of people sometimes look down on the blue and green line alternates if you're using far out, but I found them to be very nice. Highly recommend those, particularly if you've done like the Colorado Trail and already have done some part of the San Juans. The blue and green lines are definitely worth it. New Mexico has been a huge surprise. Northern New Mexico is awesome. And then the Gila River alternate is the best. So yeah, the Gila River is probably my favorite so far. The trail is actually very hikeable. It's just long, but the logistics are grinding because you're out in the middle of nowhere almost all the time. And so trying to coordinate packages, or trying to get food, or even just basic things, and just the sheer length and duration that you're out there, gear just starts falling apart. Zippers on tents, zippers on gear start showing their wear, in Colorado, and you still have to get through New Mexico if you're going southbound, so you have to cobble things up. Sleeping pads, they get holes in them from wearing out. And then you have the wear and tear on your body after almost 6 months on the trail, because usually it's a solid 5 months, but if you're older, it's probably going to take you 5.5 months at least to get this trail done. So that part's probably the most challenging of it. But the thing is, what I found on this trail compared to like the PCT where I didn't have a good food plan, if you have a good food plan, you keep your nutrition up and you pay attention to sleep and things like that, your attitude tends to be a lot higher. So if you pay attention to, the basics, then you have a much better experience. It's just longer, that's all. But I've been as happy on this trail as I've been on any other trail. So.
I'd like to thank Shaun for taking time for this interview. Shaun completed the CDT in late November. Shaun, also congratulations on earning your Triple Crown by completing the Appalachian Trail, the Pacific Crest Trail, and the Continental Divide Trail. It's quite an accomplishment. Here are some important takeaways as I see it from this interview. If you're planning to hike the Continental Divide Trail, pick alternate routes that match your abilities or improve your logistics. The Gila alternate was one alternate in New Mexico Shaun took, partly because it was so beautiful. So work out a combination of alternates that fit your style, your temperament, and your abilities. In the early planning stages, be sure to look up Halfway Anywhere on the web to plan your trek. I'll leave a link to this site in the description. On this site, you're going to find resupply points, gear advice, all kinds of pieces of wisdom that you can use to help plan your Continental Divide Trail hike. Another thing you need to be worried about is when you hike the Continental Divide Trail, you're going to encounter what Shaun called a food desert, or great difficulty finding healthy foods along the way. You'll need to mail resupply boxes. Shaun sent about 30 resupply boxes to deal with this reality of encountering a food desert. Another tip, most of the stuff written about the CDT comes from the perspective of younger people, so if you're a little older, temper what they are saying given your age. Shaun also mentioned after I stopped recording that you'll need to get permits for hiking through or camping in national parks such as Glacier, Yellowstone, or Rocky Mountain National Parks. You'll also need a Blackfeet Nation permit when you're going across their lands, a Mexico Land Trust permit, and for the southern terminus in the New Mexico Defense Area. So lots of permits, lots of logistics to work out. When you hike 3,000 miles, you can count on gear meltdowns. So you're going to have to patch things, backpacks, pants, shirts, all those kind of things as you go along, and also replace zippers. Shaun also stressed the importance of maintaining good nutrition on this trail. So he placed a premium on making sure he found healthy foods or mailed healthy foods to himself along the way. He felt like that improves your resilience and your attitude on the trail. Well, wild people, I hope you enjoyed this interview. You'll find another interview with Shaun in my Arizona Trail documentary on this channel. It's titled To Be Free, an Arizona Trail Story. Please subscribe, leave a comment, like and share this episode if you found it valuable. It helps a lot. You can also follow me on AK Wild One on Facebook. I'm going to leave you with a few shots from the Continental Divide Trail in New Mexico. And so, until we meet again, live wildly, my friends.
We've been searching in the morning light. All of life just seems to pass us by. Try to catch it in the corner of our eyes. In the golden hour we move slow. Stars unfolding like the flowers grow. Wide awake and hiding somewhere we all know. We just need a little more time. We just need a little more time here. We just need a little more time. We just need a little more time here. Time keeps moving like the water's wave. Technicolor start to fade to gray. We just need a little more time here. If we just keep holding on to what we've known, don't let go, don't let go. If you take my hand and we can pull in close and don't let go, don't let go, don't let go, don't let go. 'Cause we just need a little more time. We just need a little more time here.